Good morning and welcome to Pavitrata series on purity. Today, episode 13. Welcome back to our discussion on purity, and we have clarified these days 4 aspects of purity: purity of the body, purity of the mind, purity of the heart, and purity of relationships. Let us look today at a new aspect related to worthiness and self-respect. We will start as usual with some words from the teachings of Raja Yoga. This is from the 17th of October 1987. The special basis of becoming worthy of regard is purity. The more you adopt all types of purity, the more you become worthy of regard in every way. Those who easily adopt purity constantly in the right way as their original and eternal virtue are those who become worthy of respect in the right way. So purity as an original and eternal virtue will make us experience regard and respect in the right way. What are all the types of purity? Those souls who easily and automatically fulfill their responsibilities in all their connections and relationships to all souls. All responsibilities, all relationships, all souls. Whether in knowledge or without knowledge, through their every thought, word, and deed with a constantly pure attitude, vision, and vibrations, are said to have all types of purity. It's a high aim. It is very clear, every thought, every word, every action, through a pure attitude and vibrations towards each and every soul. Even in your dreams, there should not be anything lacking in adopting all types of purity for the self and for others. For instance, if celibacy is broken, even in your dreams, or if you perform actions or speak to another soul under the influence of jealousy or anger, if your interaction with that one is based on even a trace of anger, that would also be considered to breaking the vow of purity. Any trace of anger, frustration, irritation is breaking the vow of purity. Just think about it. If even dreams have such an effect, then how much effect would actions performed physically have? If a dream is breaking the vow of celibacy, how much would an action break that vow? Purity in your mind, words, actions, relationships, and connections are included in actions and dreams is called complete purity. So thoughts, words, actions, including relationships and connections, and dreams, that is called complete purity. Because of carelessness, some say that they make do and move along with the older ones or young ones, saying, my intention was very good, but the words just emerged. Or that was not my aim, but it just happened. Or I only said that or did that as a joke. This carelessness makes you number-wise in the stage of being fully worthy of regard. This too is accumulated in the account of impurity. You were told that the sign of worthy of regard pure souls is that all four types of their purity will be natural, easy, and constant. Purity is the basis of being worthy of regard. Purity, cleanliness is a foundation for self-respect and earning the respect of others. Everyone wants to enjoy that stage of the mind where we are in full self-respect. Full self-respect means worthiness, means knowing my value. Like Oscar Wilde was saying, you can only be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. To be myself, to enjoy being myself, to enjoy being this soul with these qualities, not wanting to be anyone else. That is self-regard. Self-regard, self-respect means humility. Humility means no ego. Self-respect means zero ego. Zero arrogance based on the body. Zero arrogance based on appearance. Zero arrogance based on the dress, on the culture, on the family, on the religion, on the country. Zero arrogance means humility, means self-respect. If we want to enjoy that stage of constant self-respect, constant self-regard, why should we step down from having the highest self-regard? Why should we step down in that stage of guilt, shame, low self-respect, depression, self-pity, bad me, sad me, poor me? Why should we step down in that stage of poor me? I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. Our original, eternal virtue of purity is allowing us to be constantly in self-respect, self-regard. People will regard those who have regard. People will respect those who have their own self-respect. To be respected by others, we have to maintain that self-respect. People have the highest regard for those who know their value, for those who are confident, for those who have their own self-esteem. There are 5 things that people respect in others. First, people respect when you keep your self-respect, your self-esteem high. Secondly, people respect those who have done something for them without waiting for a reward. People have high regard for those who help them at the time of need, but without waiting for any thank you. If we are doing something for someone and then we are waiting for some thank you, for some appreciation, for some favor to be paid back, then we don't earn all that regard, only half of it. There was a philosopher, Gurdjieff, who had a certain view. He was saying, when you help a person, they will bow down to you, thanking to you. Second time when you help them, they will say, thank you. Third time, they will not say anything. Fourth time when you help them, they will complain, why you didn't help me more? Why you gave me only this little help? Human beings have that kind of expectation that you will help them. Don't be like that. We don't have any expectation from anyone to appreciate our help. We don't have any expectation that anyone will return a favor to us. If you want to help someone, help them completely free of any expectation. Help them without expecting any thank you in return. It is the best if you can help them without anyone knowing that. The incognito help is the best possible help. Gupt dan mahadan hai. In Hindi, the donation that is incognito is the greatest donation of all. Make your help to others incognito and they will respect you the most. Even though they don't know you helped them, even though they don't know at the visible level that you gave them food for thought, food for their good emotions, you uplifted them at the soul level. You send them the purest thoughts and good wishes. They don't know your name, they don't know your address, but when they will meet you on the street, they will feel that they want to bow down to you. They don't know why. That is the highest regard that we can give to anyone, and that is the highest regard that everyone can enjoy from others. This is a regard that God is experiencing. We may not see God with His eyes. We may not know how God is present in our life from the morning till the evening and through the night. If our dreams are pure, it is because of God. If our dreams are benevolent, it is because of God. Human souls don't have that power anymore to make their dreams pure. It is because of God is watching you day and night that your dreams are pure. So that kind of regard that we are earning from others, that kind of regard that souls have for God. Why? Because God is helping us unconditionally, and because God is so incognito. He doesn't have a body, He doesn't have an address, He doesn't have a costume where we can go and praise Him. He is helping human beings as much as that human beings want to accept that help. So make your donation invisible, make your donation incognito, and you will get the highest regard from others. This is a condition of purity. Purity doesn't come with big drums. Purity doesn't write its name on a board. Purity doesn't publish its name on YouTube. Purity doesn't want to be known at TV or in books. Purity is working incognito, invisibly, and doesn't want any praise from anyone. I don't want any name and fame and praise from any man or woman. Remain at that level of being incognito, invisible. Make your donation to all souls, and you will enjoy the highest regard from everyone. Third aspect, so we have said, which are the criteria that make people have regard for other people, respect other people. And the first one is your own self-respect. Secondly, help someone when they need it and remain incognito. Do not expect for any thank you, for any reward. Thirdly, people respect honesty. And we discussed this these last few days, that honesty is such a big virtue of the soul. There is that truthfulness, that cleanliness, that sincerity in speaking only that which belongs to us and speaking about what we are aware and about what we are, even more than about past or future. We are speaking and being what we truly are, that soul. Correct your mistakes as soon as you see them. Correct your mistakes, no matter how much that ego is saying, I'm ashamed to recognize that, I'm ashamed to acknowledge that, I feel guilty. As soon as we are able to correct our mistakes and to acknowledge them and speak about your mistake, tell someone else, someone whom you can trust, someone who is more experienced than you, tell them about your mistake, don't hide it. When we hide our mistakes, when we try to pretend that we are someone else, that false image of the self we were discussing yesterday about lying. Ego is the biggest liar. Ego lives only out of lying day and night to protect his image. It will say anything. It will lie in little things. What time did I wake up? I'm going to make it a little bit earlier than it was truly. How much did I eat today? I'm going to say I ate less. How much did you work today? I'm going to say I worked more than I really worked. Ego will be a constant liar to protect his false image, because ego is false and it cannot live without that lies, without that manipulation of the truth, without that artificial construct that he is constantly building about himself. I'm like this, I'm like that. He has to tell lies to create that false image of the self. We don't need that. That soul, that being of light that you are, does not need any artificial image of the self. You are already perfect. You are a child of God. You are eternal. You are divine. You are belonging to the highest family of souls. That self that is not material, that is not physical, is a wonder of the nature. There is nothing more beautiful, there is nothing more important in this universe than you, the soul. So remember that honesty can make a big difference in your life and in the life of others. Fourthly, people respect those who are achieving a certain status in society. That may not be our aim, but we are aware that those who are addressing the needs of society, those who want to use a position to get more power for themselves, they will never get that kind of regard. Those politicians or those people who are trying to get a position in society just to get a better name, a better fame, a better house, a better job, a better salary, they will not going to get that permanent and sustainable regard of people. The most regarded people in the world, according to an American society, this was about 20 years ago, were Mother Teresa on the first place, Martin Luther King, Einstein, Roosevelt, Helen Keller. These are great names for that country. This was done in the United States about 20 years ago. But Mother Teresa on the first place, why? Because she did not want a position in society for her own sake. She was constantly and permanently working to remove her ego. It doesn't mean we don't have an ego. It doesn't mean she never acknowledged, she acknowledged, I don't have that full love for God as I wanted to have. Why? Because she was able to see within that traces that we all try to remove. But she worked tirelessly to remove all her traces of selfishness. She worked tirelessly to become an angel. Without that desire, without that motivation to work for the well-being of everyone, for the goodness of everyone, we cannot say we are helping the society. We cannot help the society just wanting to be a minister or a mayor, or even someone on YouTube, even someone on TV. We want to be famous, we want to speak, we want others to see us. But what is the motive for that? What is the reason for that? There won't be regard from human beings if our reason is just our own name, our own ego. So remember, Mother Teresa, the first most respected person in the world by that society in America. Why? Because she really wanted to serve the humankind with complete selflessness. Nothing for myself, everything for everyone else. That will earn the regard of others. That is purity. Zero ego, zero selfishness, zero desire to manipulate, to grow for my own interests, zero hidden agenda. That is purity. And finally, people have regard and respect for those that already have the regard and respect of everyone else. People respect those who are visible. So it may not be our case that we have some kind of discernment. Yes, there are some very important people in this world, and they are very important according to the law of karma because they did something for human beings. Whether they did it in this birth or in a previous birth, we understand that this soul, this being of light, has a long journey. In this journey is a journey of many births. In this birth, those souls that right now are very important people, VIPs. They are loved by others, they are admired by others, they watch every action that they do, they have a fun club, they are watched on TV, on YouTube, everywhere. Why? Because they did something for the humankind in this birth or in their previous birth. There is no reward without a cause. The highest action that they must have done in their previous birth is that they had love for God. That is the highest karma that everyone can do. They had love for God. They had devotion, feelings for God. They have praised God in their previous birth. That's why right now they are praised by others. They have admired and put it everything in front of God with honesty, with devotion, with worship. And that's why right now others are seeing them as being high. So when we see that, we understand whatever is happening in this world, if there is any feeling for someone of regard, is because they loved God in a previous time. And they may still love God now. They will definitely come back to God at some point. Which are the most regarded jobs in this world? And again, are those jobs that help you at the time of need? Doctor, lawyer, policeman, those who are able to help you at the time of need without waiting for any thank you, any appreciation, any gift, any bribe. There are societies where people are bribing the doctor, the lawyer, the policeman to get some help at the time of need. There is no need of that. You can be that doctor, that spiritual doctor, that earns the highest regards, the highest respect from everyone else. We don't need any bribe. We don't need any thank you from anyone. That will earn the highest respect. Just help. Help without any expectations. Help in an incognito way. Who can do that? The only condition to be able to put this help into practice is to know yourself as a soul. And there are some beautiful words spoken by the one who was representing Brahma Kumaris for over 50 years, Brother Jagdish Bhai. And he was saying, self-respect is a quality or the value that gives a person a strong feeling of self-confidence and the ability to stabilize in a state of courage and to sustain one's strengths of character and will. So self-respect gives us a courage to support our view. Self-respect gives us a power to put our vow of celibacy, of purity, of chastity, of brahmacharya, of being uninfluenced, unimpressed, unaffected by anything in this world. We put that vow into practice with self-respect. And that self-respect only comes from knowing that I am a soul. Respect for others gives a basis to relate to others, maintaining dignity, royalty, grace, humility, and acceptance of what others are and as they are. We accept every single soul as they are with our own dignity, humility, and loyalty. This in turn leads to trust, goodwill, and cooperation, and all of this finally give harmony to society. So this philosophical theory gives birth to social theories, communication theories of great merits. These merits in themselves are not of little value, and one finds that without this, life loses its essence. Without this understanding of the respect of the soul, life loses its essence. Life loses its essence, meaning, message, ideal, goal, necessity, fulfillment, and everything. This single belief in the separate identities of the soul and the body is not only a great moral booster, but the paradigm and the worldview based on it change the whole outlook, attitude, and behavior pattern of a person. Understanding the separation between body and the soul is the foundation of a whole new society, is the foundation of our views, attitude, behavior, of everything. Separation of body and the soul. We are not this body, we are not this role. So Jagdish Bai continues, without this, not only does man get devalued, without this separation between soul and the body, not only does man get devalued, all other actions of man, including the values which we generally cherish and talk about, also get devalued. We stand or fall with this single belief in the self as a metaphysical being which is originally divine and is eternal and immortal and can rise to great height by the ladder of his own karma. This theory paves the path of morality for humankind, removes the theory and the road to reality and royalty and moral norms and morality will live. What has happened in the society of today's world? They have removed this understanding of the separation between soul and body. And when this is removed, all our dignity, royalty, reality, morality had to live. There is no dignity in this world without understanding that we are souls. There is no royalty and there is no reality. Everything in the world, it is false because our identification with the body, with the role, with the matter is false. To restore reality, royalty, dignity, and morality, to be able to create the foundation of a new harmonious society. There is no other way around but only the spiritual way. And that spiritual way is a purity. The purity of the soul, understanding and putting into practice that I'm not this body. I don't take anything from this body. I don't need to touch anybody. I don't need anything to touch this body. Food, water, air, all the 5 elements are needed for the body to survive. But the soul is eternal, immortal, and independent of the body. No matter what happens to the body, the soul continues its journey. The soul is eternal and can never lose his life. We are beyond death and birth. We are eternal. So let us create today that attention of higher self-regard, higher self-esteem, higher self-confidence and respect for us and for others, based only on the view that we are eternal, divine, good beings of light, children of God. Thank you for listening. Let us finish with 1 minute of listening to music. Om Shanti.